Yeah, you said Snasky seemed a little bit defeated. He seems today to be much more in his element, much more jokey than he was after that loss. So at least it isn't affecting them too much, as we are going to get ourselves into this match. As we said earlier, the loser goes home for one of these teams, as Express is going to immediately try and challenge this. And for you, Carpet, what do Jam Gaming need to do to take a win?
I think Jam Gaming need to feel comfortable, and you want to interrupt leftovers when you can. Since you know they're scrappy, they'll get the bumps they need to, and they'll fight till the very end. So don't give up. From the first minute to the last minute, Jam needs to be on point.
Snasky, early challenges from him, and Farah's going to put that one straight down. 2 players committed, and Siki puts it up high. Snasky is already rotating all the way back, so there's going to be no immediate follow-up. As he puts that one just high yet again. Jam Gaming need to be very careful with their boost right now. There is none in either corner, but Monty Connor with the follow-up puts that one straight down, but it is not on target, and Snasky had it covered nonetheless, but Express can continue to try and follow up, but cleared away yet again. Now Farah, opportunity, puts that one up high. Bango is beat, and that is 1-0 to the leftovers.
This is a little of what we saw yesterday from Jam Gaming, committing a bit too hard to shots that you don't have. Snasky getting a great contest, making sure he used the front flip so his car didn't move. He couldn't get pushed back from momentum. He got the dunk on top of him, and it gave an easy shot for Farah.
Yep, that tackle was absolutely the key, and there was a slight issue as well from the Jam player that was attempting the challenge, just sort of hit the bottom of the car, definitely allowing Snasky to roll over the top, as Bango's actually going to come forward and challenge Farah, who was unable to control the ball.
He took a bit too much time, had a bit too much patience. I don't know who was supposed to get that one. Farah thought he could control this and take out Bango, but he went for the right flip as opposed to the front flip, giving him a lot more space to try and cover and take the ball out, pinching it through.
So both of these teams have now drawn blood. Who can continue on in this series? We are all tied up, only just over a minute through this matchup, as Farah puts that one off the crossbar. That's going to be put all the way down to the other end of the field by Express. Snasky, challenged by Bango. Sticky puts that down. He's got Snasky to aim for. He's going to put off that sidewall. There's no follow-up by Farah. It almost seems like leftovers are trying to starve out that boost, but there's no follow-up. And this can be a passing play over to Siki. Really far out, the challenge just not there in time.
Passing plays, I like how Siki, he was about to retreat, and the moment he noticed that Jam gave up possession, they hit it too far away from themselves, he turned right back around. He's so self-aware of the pitch, and it gave him a beautiful opportunity for a passing play.
And this is one of the problems that Jam had yesterday as well. Every single time they took control of the ball, they just tried to wallop it out of their own side of the field rather than looking towards another player to pass to, effectively giving up possession every single time. That's going to be a lovely pass over to Bango, who does miss the ball. So Snasky's got his opportunity, puts that up high. It's just going to be put to the side by Express, who's got the opportunity to follow up. Snasky can turn around after grabbing himself some boost, and he has done it by defeating the one player with a looping shot.
Looping something.
It's definitely something. It's pretty much given the possession back to Jam as Monty Connor puts himself towards the middle of the field. Jam have pushed themselves up, as they are known to do. They cannot afford to get caught. Siki just pushes that straight back over to Monty Connor. He was looking for Farah. Now Snasky with the dribble attempt. That's going to go towards the post. It's just come off the side. Bango a little bit too confident on that wall. That's going to be followed up by Snasky, but he was not predicting the post. Here's Siki though, and there's Express with the save. But still, Jam Gaming find themselves in defense.
Those opportunities were all on the leftovers to score, and their accuracy seemed to fault them. Jam Gaming gave them nearly 3 wide open nets, committing a bit too hard towards passing plays that just couldn't really turn into anything.
There's Farah on the rebound. He's got an opportunity, but Bango in the way. Siki now. This siege has been going on for so long, but still the leftovers unable to score. Bango, the opportunity for a wall carry. Only gets 1 touch though, so Farah can easily challenge.
Shogun, in 3 minutes, the leftovers have 10 shots on net.
That's nutty. That really is nutty. That's more than the entirety average of Alpha Sydney, the OCE leaders. They're not that far off the average for NRG either, as that's going to be pushed straight down. Snasky with the follow-up. And that puts his team 2 goals in the lead.
And this is the scrappy passing plays that we see. Farah going up for a ball that almost no one would want to go for, but he manages to sneak his bumper just around that. Snasky seeing his teammate going up for that and having the confidence for such a touch to stay right there underneath, pulling out 2 Jam defenders.
So Yummy has talked all week long about how important it is for the OCE teams to really talk as much as possible, get those comms going. But there's been a lot of double commits this weekend by Jam Gaming. So those comms not working as well as they'd want. Maybe those nerves, those RLCS jitters coming in. As Express got an opportunity, he can pass straight out, but Monty Connor will not get anything because Snasky came in early for a challenge. Now Monty can take this off the wall, but Snasky yet again. Leftovers finding their footing when it comes to these challenges, not giving up an inch to Jam Gaming, as Sicky is going to use Express for extra power to put us down to the Jam side of the field. 1 minute remaining, and unless Jam can really pick themselves up, they're going to find themselves on the losing end of this matchup. Bango, ball off the side, but no power means he cannot find one of his teammates. Monty Connor puts that straight over, almost found Express. As Sicky just puts it over to Snasky, and they can power the ball back into the orange half. That is 20 seconds now gone, and 40 seconds remaining. Jam still not able to put anything dangerous on net. Monty Connor can go for the double tap, but Snasky's got it red. And something that Jam will not be used to. European teams are very good at Spider-Manning the wall. As there's 20 seconds remaining, Jam still to try and find something. The trouble, this defense, Sicky puts that down. And Monty Connor just puts it into the corner. Bango's gonna have his team's last opportunity. They need something right now to get something immediately off the kickoff as well. But Sicky is gonna put this towards the orange side of the net, and that is gonna be game number 1 to the Leftovers.
Already we see huge improvement in the play of Jam Gaming, but the moment they were down 1 and especially 2 goals, they seemed to be a bit too antsy to pull themselves out of net. They really wanted to get that goal. They really wanted to take control and use their skills, especially their mechanical skills. They were slowing it down. They were trying to get the dribbles and the passing play, but Leftovers aren't going to allow you to do that without a fight. So I think the moment Jam Gaming was down by 2 goals, they seemed to panic a little bit and fall off a bit from where they started, but still a significant increase from the showing that we saw earlier.
Yeah, my biggest problem right now with Jam's offense is a case of they get the ball and they see the net. They don't really think so far about the journey to get to the net, not really leaving someone in the middle part of the field to just launch that ball towards and then get another tap down so they can take a shot. Instead, it's, okay, we got the ball, let's take it as far as we possibly can. Not quite working at this point in time, but this is still a much better performance than we saw from them yesterday.
And I feel like that comes a bit with the impatience. In general, especially if you know you need to score, if you don't have many opportunities to do so, it's going to turn into a situation where, all right, like I know I've got 1:30, I don't want to take too long to get there. You want to get a couple touches, get a couple passes, but the moment you take too long to get there is the moment that you start to really feel the pressure of the time. And I think if Jam can just slow it down a bit, not particularly in pace, but I guess more so in planning, if they can plan out their attacks a bit more, cross the field a few times, really start to pull out the Leftovers, because when they did have an opportunity, when they did get their goal, they really were outpacing the Leftovers.
Yep, and still, we've got lots of games still to go. So Jam, can they make the adaptations there? Oceania counterparts, Alpha Sydney, have been very good at that particular skill this weekend. Now we need to see it from them. Sfera is going to take on Monty Connor early in this matchup. Bango tries to put up high, but Sicky can hit that off the backboard. There's going to be no follow-up because he's trying to predict Express's touch, and he almost did, but Sicky can't get quite anything. Snasky's got his opportunity.
Snacky's hungry.
Snacky's hungry. Get some goals, boy. Go on. Sicky's just going to probably leave that, puts it up high instead. Monty Connor could just push us into the corner. Farah, I think, stole the boost away from him. He's going to go towards the middle part of the field. Bango. Just another launching thing. As once again, there wasn't really thought process behind, right, what do we do after we've got a hold of the ball? Snasky over into the corner. Ends up pulling out Monty Connor, but Express can go for a follow-up shot, and there's Bango! Lovely passing play by Jam Gaming.
There's the passing plays we can see now. Pulling Sicky out now. This time Sicky seemed the impatient one. He didn't know where to go. He was in, out, didn't know if he should turn around or not. He gave a lot of space for Jam Gaming, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is an elimination round.
Yep.
Whoever loses this, they're done. RLCS Season 3, their dreams are crushed. That made it a little heavy, but it's true.
You have to remember, 5 out of the 6 players playing here, this is their first ever RLCS. Sicky is the only player with LAN experience that we are seeing on the field. As Farah just powers that one, it's going to hit the post and bounce straight up, so he's going to have to leave it for Snasky, who's put it down off the roof. Leftovers with their opportunity to start pushing forward. Express has just got hope there. No challenge from him. Sicky can just put that into the top right corner.
This first clear from Bango didn't really have a lot of direction, and instead of clearing it towards the corner, he put it towards the sidewall. It bounced right back. Followed through. Sicky went for the bounce shot as well. It's that lack of planning when you take a shot or a clear, especially defensively. If you don't know or have an intention of where it's going to go, there's a good chance it's going to bite you back.
Montecano can put that aside, almost found the net from a near impossible angle. Snasky off the backboard has missed it. He's going to invite Jam Gaming to move in, and they will take the space if given it. Montecano putting it into a dangerous position, followed up by Bango, but Snasky, early challenge from him means he can get the save. Express is going to leave that. Siki putting it all the way down to the other end of the field. Push this towards the middle, and there's Farah yet again. These backboard plays coming up huge for the leftovers.
No one on Jam Gaming is trying to read them off the backboard, hoping that they can pace it out and follow it from the goal, but not enough. You can see Siki and Farah really working well together. They did it all season, but the pass off the backboard, simple yet effective.
Something that we've seen a lot of these teams work on throughout this season. Those backboard shots not really as useful as they were back in Season 2 due to just leaving someone around. As Express is actually going to put that one underneath.
This is, I guess, just a mind game. Two going for this. Both Express and Bango. Bango trying to follow underneath. Instead, Express went for the dunk. Farah had no clue which one to read. No clue how that was coming his way. Well played. A bit of a wiggle celebration from him as well.
And we are tied up 2 minutes into this matchup as well. Anyone's to take. As Express is going to try his hardest to win that, and he has. Farah not even close, but Siki can take his time, puts it long. He's got no one to aim for but himself, so he is going to follow it up. Farah pass straight to Snasky. I think Snasky wasn't expecting it to be that far ahead of him. Just tried to jump to avoid any sort of counter-attacking opportunity for Jam. And here we are yet again, off the backboard. Going to be a follow-up by Montecano. But Farah finds himself in the way, puts that towards the net. Now Siki's got to try to chase himself back, but Bango is there first.
That is now the lead for Jam Gaming. I don't know if there was a bump here on Siki. Yes, Monty Connor noticed Siki was going to try and push that towards the side, bumped him out of the way. Bango was able to get there in time. 1 goal up now, but still a lot of game time left.
Yep, only halfway through this matchup as Bango going to push this one towards the leftovers half from the kickoff, but Farah's going to have this opportunity. We know how well this boy can dribble, but this time around, he has been challenged. Express over to Bango, who can control. Montecano is available as well, but Snasky with the early challenge. Snasky pushes it over to the side. He's found Siki as well, and these cutting passes for both teams are proving really, really useful.
And this is when giving space is going to show that it's really dangerous. Monty Connor tried to come into net, but a second too late. It gave a lot of room for that passing play in the middle.
This is by far Jam's best offensive showing. Don't believe they've scored more than 1 goal in the entire game, so 3 goals shows much improvement. Snasky's going to try and push this up the wall. Express, lovely challenge from him, gets it into the corner where Farah is going to need to take his time with the challenge. Does get beat by Bango. And Siki, an unconvincing touch from him. Snasky as well. Jam can now move forward on this. But Siki finds himself on that backboard, can push it away. Now Montecano. Straight towards the net, but Snasky is in the way, and he's going to continue to challenge this. Snasky, more of a Rottweiler than we've ever seen him before. Just right in front of everything. He's managed to open up a bit of space for his team, entirely created by Snasky refusing to go away.
That was quite a kill from Snasky, just dropping that on Montecano, then 1 more flip to give it to Farah, and the reaction from Farah as well, really trusting his teammate there, keeping himself in that perfect limbo. He could retreat if he needed to, or he could continue with the play and continuing with the goals, what he went for.
7 goals already scored, and we've got over 90 seconds remaining. Snasky with the follow-up. Pushes it straight into the corner. Farah off that backboard. Is there going to be a chance there for Express? Yes, he's managed to push it just out of the way, but here's a follow by Snasky. Cannot get the rebound. Here comes Farah, though! And there is the 2-goal lead open back up.
Jam seems to be falling apart a bit on defense. Clearly their offense is strong. They have 9 shots on goal. Bango expecting Snasky to make a little bit of contact with that, but Farah will get a pretty easy shot towards the post.
The main problem for them so far has been the fact that they are reacting to the leftovers rather than trying to predict the gameplay. And whenever you try and do that, you're always going to find yourself 1 foot behind. As Express launches it to Bango, they are still not out of this match yet. 2 goals and still 70 seconds remaining. That demo is not going to help them. Snasky's going to try and get over there. He's got enough boost to really go for a launching shot. Tries to go for the dunk as well. But he is seen by Jam. Bango's got his opportunity. Didn't choose to try and flick it onto his car to go for a dribble. Instead, whipped the pass over to Express. 50 seconds remaining, still 2 goals the difference. Farah puts that one up high, looking for the corner. He can try and go for the follow-up as well. And he has got Snapsky to aim for, and he has done so. Once again, Jam trying to react, and it is not working.
Caught in the corner, Express, instead of going to net to meet it there, he expected Monty Connor to be coming across, but he was a bit too out of place to be able to reach it in time. You really don't want to take it from the corner if you can avoid it. You want to put yourself between the net and the ball.
So 40 seconds remaining here. Jam have got a lot of work to do as Siki just with a launching pass over to Bango. Just to try and get the ball away from their half and then put pressure onto Jam. So Express actually going to use Snapsky for extra power. And there's the pass over to Monty Connor. Contact just not good enough. 17 seconds remaining, and we can close the book on this match. We will be going into game number 3 with the potential of a sweep by the Leftovers if they can continue in current form.
10 shots from Leftovers, 9 shots from Jam Gaming. They struggled in the last few minutes to get anything, but they have proved that their offense can hang with the rest. It's their defense that seems to really be catching them off guard. Leftovers are clearly underestimating the capabilities of what they can do, and some of those passing plays Jam Gaming was pulling off, really awesome.
Yes.
You can tell they're looking for each other, and you can tell they're calculated. And you mentioned it, they're thinking one step ahead when they have control. But the moment they lose control, it seems that, like you said, they're only playing reactionary. They're waiting for the next touch from Leftovers and trying to react to that.
Yeah, and so many goals that game caused by players passing it whilst they are in the corner of their opposing team. Those of you out there that do play solo standards, you can kind of tell why the people are doing that. Instead of trying to use the backboard of you whilst you're in the corner to try and push the ball around, defenders can read that. They just know, okay, I'll follow the ball whilst it's on the wall. Instead, pulling themselves around, cutting it in towards where a penalty spot would be if this was regular football, soccer, and then taking the shot from there.
As if I looked offended.
I wouldn't. I was just...
I understand, it's fine.
It's all good.
I can get the difference.
Multicultural.
So I think Leftovers need to be careful, though. The counterattacks from Jam Gaming were great, but if Jam Gaming can't work up that defense, they're going to get outscored. It really just seemed like both teams were just offense, 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 and whoever struggled to get defense the most is the one that ended up losing that game. 6 goals to 3, total of 19 shots in that entire game. That is a lot of shots just in total. Both teams seem to be in control when they do have possession, but Jam Gaming, I think if they can just tighten up that defense, feel a little less panicked, think a little bit harder, and by that I mean trying to look 1 or 2 steps ahead.
So I really must ask you right now, Carpet, do they need to speed up or slow down with their gameplay? Because Jam, they are being beat to balls, but at the same time they are panicking at times. Which one is it?
Both? That's a trick question. I think on defense, as long as they can keep the pace they have, they just need to worry about their positioning.
Well, if we keep on current pace, then the Leftovers can go for the sweep, taking the 1-0 lead, using that arc part of the roof, and that is so awful to try and predict. Unless you've got someone on the backboard, which Jam did, it's very difficult to defend against.
Yeah, Monty Connor wanted to read that. You can see it just slide right past him. It's got to be frustrating.
Farah was looking for Siki. Leftovers becoming more and more comfortable, going for some more passing plays than we have seen from them. As Bango pushes that straight towards Siki, Farah can try and take control, but it's actually a poor touch from him. Monty Connor can put that off the backboard. Here comes Express. Lovely angle from him. It's going to drop straight down. Monty Connor gets the pass, and Express with an exquisite finish.
He knew he couldn't go for the shot, but he still bought a little bit of time, forcing Siki to make the jump, and the angle from Express. That's an incredible touch just underneath the crossbar. No one from Leftovers expected it, and that's them just not ready for it.
Farah's can take control, but Bango immediately with the block, and Jam Gaming does not write them out at all. They did come back to 3-3 in the last game before inevitably giving it up. Siki does miss. There's an Express demo, and that's going to leave an open goal. Bango will take that one quite nicely.
Feels like Leftovers might be falling apart. Farah going for a risky touch from the backboard, forcing Siki up. And then goodbye Snasky on the demolition, well thought out by Jam to try and remove any blockage in the way. And it gave, oh, I don't remember who that was.
But it does show something very
Someone
good
from Jam.
Someone from Jam. It does show something very good from Jam, that they are not cracking under the pressure. Usually, when we see teams that just don't quite know how to perform at this level, we see very basic gameplay, launching balls, hoping that the opposing team is going to make a mistake. Instead, they forced the mistake by taking out a defender. So it does show something very good to the mentality of Jam. They are not taking this line down. As Siki puts that towards net, Express with the save, and Monticona can now try and follow this up. But Ferret, very good challenge, means that there is no counter-attack for Jam. As Monticona leaves that for Express. Stop there from Snasky. He's going to try and go for the double touch. That's actually put it into a dangerous position. But no one on the leftovers wants to go for the follow-up. They are still 1 goal down. 3 minutes and 20 left. Monticona pushes that to corner. Well played there, leaving it away from Snasky. And there's a launching shot from there. It's going to go coast to coast. And Express really starting to step up for his team.
The leftovers trying to exploit the weakness, and Snasky attempting to go for a bump on Express, but he was unfazed. Wasn't able to get the demolition, and it left him a long shot that is now 2 goals in the lead. 3 minutes left. It's plenty of time for leftovers.
And Yummy mentioned on the desk, if Express starts to pop off, they have got a very good chance. And he is starting to pop off. Monticona can go for the immediate challenge, pushed over into the corner. As Siki puts that one straight down, he can go for the follow-up off that backboard. Is there going to be any follow-up? Yes, there is. Bango, once again, somewhere dangerous, but Snasky this time picks it up once. Can he take it past 2? Yes, he can. There's Siki with yet another follow-up. Jam have to try and rotate back to their own net. They've finally got Monticona back there. There's the pass over to Ferrer off the backboard. There's going to be no follow-up yet again from the leftovers. There it is, but... Oh, Express has put it into his own net.
Another rolling shot from the corner. Is this their weakness? Attempting for the save. Express couldn't reach it in time. That is now only a 1-goal game. And remember, this is an elimination round. The leftovers now trying to just crush the dreams of Jam Gaming. Will they be knocked out of RLCS here, or can they stay alive just a bit longer?
It's turning into a 4v3. It is the leftovers plus the roof versus Jam Gaming. But they are still only 1 goal back. They are not out of this tournament yet, and Snasky can put this one over the top of Express, who does get a block. Ferrer over into the corner. Bango with the early challenge, though. Pushes it into the corner, but there is a big demo on Monticona. Snasky can take control of the ball, but still Bango and Express working together to try and push it through. But Ferrer and the rest of the leftovers just snuff out that potential offense. Snasky just puts it long over to Express. Bango launches it towards the net. Siki has to get the save, though. And Jam need to start working off each other a little bit more. Express, that was definitely creative in terms of the way he tried to save it. Doesn't want Snasky to go over the top of him with a challenge, so instead decides, I will be the entirety of the top. Lovely 1, 2, 3, 4, no! Not quite taking the shot, coming immediately off the fake as well. Jam Gaming, there is the creativity we spoke of.
1 touch away from being one of the prettiest passing plays we've seen so far here at LAN.
Oh, Ferrer hits the post. He had an opportunity to go through as well because Siki took out pretty much everyone. Now the counter-attacking opportunity. Siki puts that one just up high. Well played by the leftovers, just in position to stop Jam Gaming moving forward, but Snasky has just put that one towards Express, and yet again, Snasky, these midfield blocks stopping Jam from moving forward every single time. Monticona's put that up high. Snasky's got to deal with this well. He's tried to find the corner, but it's going to still invite Express to pull himself in towards the ball. 55 seconds remaining. Jam just needs to hold on, and they will continue their tournament lives. Whilst the leftovers just look like they are running out of ideas. Snasky yet again with those blocks, but no one ever around to try and follow him up. It's almost like his team doesn't even expect him to get them, as that pass from Siki too far back for Snasky to do anything with. 30 seconds remaining in this matchup. Siki looks for Ferrer. He's managed to find him, but there is a block from Bango. Jam Gaming, 20 seconds left to hold on. Can they stay in the tournament? Monticona puts that one over to Ferrer. As Bango tries to get rid of it yet again. Snasky cannot get that block. That's going to be absolutely huge for Jam. Time is ticking down. Bango puts it into the corner yet again. You can see Express choosing not to go for the challenge. He has now done it. Ferrer gets a block. The ball is now in the air. Snasky with the follow-up. It's going to go straight down. Here is a follow-up. It's the crossbar. It's going to hit the floor. Jam Gaming have survived.
Jam Gaming still managed. Both OCE teams are still alive. They are really showing their worth. Yummy said it himself. We had yet to see them at their potential, and it seems that they're coming out right now. Those passing plays, like even same from game 1, some of the coolest things I've seen from them. But Jam Gaming, right now, their tournament lives are on the line.
And Jam Gaming have now picked up their first RLCS victory. That's going to be huge for them. Although I do want to quickly check our poor arena, because I feel like we're going to have dent marks from how big and heavy their heels were as they dug in to try and stay in the tournament.
I don't know how they're pulling it off. And the leftovers right now, they're in a good spot. They're a single win away, and these games are pretty high scoring from what we've seen so far, but they struggled a lot in that. They may have had a lot of shots, 8 shots on target for the leftovers, but they were only able to sink 2 of them in. Have Jam been able to figure out their defensive rotations, or are leftovers lacking in creativity right now?
Certainly is a problem. And the thing is, leftovers are playing very different to how we've ever seen them, because their positioning, their usual bread and butter, is not working as it usually does. You saw in that very first match some of the goals they conceded. Siki just seems like he's not quite sure of the decisions he's making at times, putting himself out of net when it's not quite necessary. So Snasky seems to have taken the initiative and is going, right, if we're making mistakes, I'm not going to allow it, because I'm just going to be a big, moving brick wall.
I think this comes a lot just with the lack of experience of going against this team and the style they have. OCE has a very particular style. They like to contest a lot of things that a lot of teams probably would have given up, and I think it's catching a lot of people off guard.
Ball played over into the corner. Jam need to rely on their comms here. They managed to keep those double commits on the low in that last game, and I think that's what allowed them to continuously block any opportunity that the leftovers managed to put together. Express tries to go up for the challenge. He managed to do somewhat decent with that, as Bango trying to use that roof. He can go for the double tap, cannot quite reach it. But Jam, with every single second, start to look more and more confident as the early challenge from Express tries to go the entire way, but Siki just there in time using the wall. Express cannot go back up there because he sees that Siki has got control. And you now notice those people holding themselves back on that sidewall, just waiting for the potential clearance from whichever player is on the defense, because there's usually only one way to go, and that is directly at you.
And Jam is getting pretty physical in net, forcing the leftovers to make some really risky and panicky moves. We saw just there at their last volley, 2 people for leftovers going forward and nearly snuck under both.
Bango's got Monty Connor in position, but Snasky with the challenge. Here comes Snasky, just trying to go for a shot. He's managed to get off the backboard. Express missed it. Farah is going to put his team in the lead.
Jam Gaming, their weakness right now seems to be the backboard. The moment no one's there to answer it, they're struggling to try and meet it from the net. That's probably the 3rd one that's come off the backboard unanswered. Maybe leftovers have figured it out. If they can keep putting him up high and try and force Jam either up there or to make bad touches, they might be able to pull ahead.
Express has now got the ball. He's flicked it up really high, but there will be no follow-up from any of his teammates, and he has not got the boost to do anything with it himself. Monty Connor off that back ball, but Farah tries to Spider-Man it, and he's got loads of power. Puts it into the orange half. Bang goes straight towards Farah. Farah does not want to go for that. Instead, leaves it for Express, who powers that straight towards Bango. Bango puts that one towards the net. Siki and his teammate have both gone for it, but Siki just lands correctly, can turn himself around, clear the ball away.
They're trying to read these passing plays, since now they know what kind of a threat Jam Gaming is the moment they cross that halfway mark.
Launching pass there from Farah, but once again, Express happy to move himself up, happy to go for these midfield blocks that we didn't see from them at all yesterday when they took on Denal. There's a pass straight towards the middle, worked out so well for them in game 2, despite the fact that they were not able to take the win. Pass over towards the mid side wall, but Siki gets rid of it. Now straight towards the middle ground. Jam have got to start rotating back. Siki, nice challenge from him, puts off that backboard, and once again there's the mistake, and Bango this time is going to be the culprit.
Another backboard pass. It really just seems to be where Jam struggles. Bango not in a great place, a little too far up the post. He wasn't in front of the net, so he had a bad angle to read that. Those are difficult if you're not in a good spot, and that's where they're going to sink.
So now Jam find themselves 2 goals down, half of this game left to play, plenty of time. But they need to start getting themselves forward, need to start putting some shots on net. That is not going to help them too much, as Farah tried to go for a demo on Bango, but could not quite reach him. As we can see Siki here, sitting himself back, his usual role as a player, just there to make sure that nothing quite goes wrong, although it hasn't quite been working out as well as he's hoping for the majority of this tournament. Finds himself down the other end of the field, as he can now work with this. Puts it up high. Snasky thought about trying to follow it up, but this time Monty Connor beats out him and Farah. Snasky's now put himself back. He's got 3 players around him, but deals with it very well. Just with a powering shot down to the other end, and he gets demoed.
Buys him a little bit of time, that's for sure.
Certainly does. Your life for time. That's a Good trade in Rocket League indeed. As the ball plays straight over into the middle. Sicky's got his opportunity. There's an open goal, but could not reach it. And Monty Connor and the rest of Jam survive 3 goals you would have to believe would be the nail in the coffin. Snasky, once again off that sidewall. He's pretty much passed this one straight out to Bango. Dangerous play. 2 people committed to that. Express cannot get anything dangerous from that, though, because he was coming in from the middle towards a ball that was at the right, so no power generated on the shot.
A lot of land rookies here, but everyone seems to really be showing their worth. They are proving why they're here. Such good gameplay at both of these teams, but right now, 2 goals left to score, just over a minute left. Will we see the end of Jam Gaming?
Well, they've got 70 seconds to pick up 2 goals. They need one pretty soon because you cannot rely on those kickoff goals. Snasky puts that one just high, but there's going to be no follow-up, no one on that left-hand side for the leftovers. Monty Connor takes us up the sidewall. He's got Express to aim for, but does not have the boost to go for the pass. But yet again, Jam trying to use that sidewall. Bango does think better of trying to go for it. That's going to be not a great decision, no. And Sicky has confirmed the leftovers in the next round.
Vera opening up that net with a bump on Express, sending him to midfield, and Bango didn't have time to get boost before he had to start reacting to that defense. He couldn't get back in time. That is 3 goals. That might be it for Jam Gaming, Shogun.
They really do need to start thinking of something. Here we go, the fake kickoff. And it has not been performed all that well. Need to try and get it in front of Bango, and it hasn't really, I can't remember the last time I saw a fake kickoff really scored. It's more used now as a way of collecting boosts and getting position and possession of the ball. That's going to be a miss there as Snasky pushes it into the corner, 25 seconds remaining. Here's Sicky, pushes it down, hits the post. As Express has to try and reverse aerial himself for a block. Couldn't quite do it, but Bango with the clearance. 15 seconds remaining here, and Jam Gaming have given it their all, but it looks like this might be one step too far.
They really have shown so much more this series than they have previously. I'm loving seeing what Jam Gaming has to offer, and you can tell that on offense, they're just as good as anyone else, really catching the leftovers off guard. But it seemed that mixed with the leftovers defense and offense, the leftovers will stay alive. Can they fisticuffs their way all the way through the lower bracket?
They are trying to heat themselves up and get through to the next day. They will be playing later on against the other OCE team, Alpha Sydney. What a game that's going to be.
It really honestly will be, and I have to really give it to Jam Gaming so much for them. The brand new team here, a brand new region, OCE really coming alive. You can tell they warmed up into their games. This is their first time here. They had so much to travel as well. Jam Gaming definitely seemed to feel themselves a bit more, and I'd love to know from Yummy if that seemed closer to what he'd seen.
I mean, that certainly looked much better compared to everything else. I was a little bit scared when we came into this that we were going to see more of what we saw yesterday, but this time Jam Gaming came out swinging, trying to take on down everything. 9 goals in game 2 between them and the leftovers. They pretty much just played the leftovers game with them of just, yeah, you can score, we can score, let's just try and score.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what you normally see from the leftovers. I still don't think we've seen them at their peak. I don't know how Snasky feels about that win. He did get the win, so I'm sure he feels good, but they are in the lower bracket. So every single series from here on out, they will be facing utter loss.
Yep, so